Hello, my name is Kim and today I'm going to take you through how I do custom orders as a small business. So I have been asked by my mum to produce a drawstring bag for her school in which she can take out letters that they can focus on each week. She works in a primary school, so they're quite young children. So she just wanted a sort of small project bag or drawstring bag that she could put the names in and pull one out. So I'm just going to walk you through the process of how I do that. You will see that I've got a lot of fabric on my shelves. Some of it is set aside for specific bags, others are not. So there's a big selection. So after having a conversation with my mum, she said that she specifically wanted some fabric with letters on it. I thought I had some different styles, but the ones that I found were these ones. So they are from the National Geographic. They have got the alphabet on them and they focus on different animals. So you've got zebras, flamingos, butterflies, jellyfish, narwhals, etc, etc. And from the same collection, this one, which is the alphabet but focusing on ocean animals. This pink one as well. And lastly this purple one. So speaking to my mum, I asked her what approximate size she would like. She said that she would want an A4 bit of paper folded in two, so about this size. So I will be making the project bag from that description, and we will see how it goes. So the fabric that my mum picked was actually this white one, so the ocean themed one, and this one. So I'll be using those two to make a bag with. So let's get started. The process will be relatively simple. So because I'm just making one bag, I will be measuring out the fabric. So I will need two lots of fabric the same size, so A4. I will need to cut out some more fabric for the drawstrings as well. I won't add interfacing just because this is going to be around children quite a lot. I'm imagining it will probably be washed quite a lot, and therefore the interfacing can come away if it is washed repeatedly. Hand washed I'm not too sure about, but normal washing I'm pretty sure it probably won't last that long. So I will start cutting out this fabric now. So I have just laid the two fabrics down together. I've just folded them once. These are fat quarters that I'm working with. So I've got the edge of the fabric at the edge of my cutting board. Just going to cut it so that it's straight. So that is exactly on 1 inch, and my paper ends just here, which is closest to 9 inches. So I'm just going to cut that straight across. Now I'm going to be a little bit selective about what I use, because if I cut it at the wrong side, then you won't have this word oceans in the middle. It will just be sort of cut off. It won't mean anything. So that's approximately our size. So that is closest to sort of 11 inches. So I'll just do 22 inches. 11 and 11. So if I cut it like this, there will be the words on it. So I'm going to match it this side. It's not 11, it's 7, so it'll be 14. And that is the start of the bag. I have got some obviously fabric left over, so I will be using this for something else. I could even use this for the binding, to be honest. So the bag will be, so this will be the size of the bag. Obviously it will be, the corners will be done so it will be 3D, it won't just be a flat bag. But to do the drawstrings, again, I'm not overly precise. So I work a bit like this. So that will be the top of the bag. I will cut it to be a similar size to the bag, and then I will just fold it over and work like that. So then by the time the edges are folded over, that will be a good size for the drawstring holder. Folded it in half, so again that will be pretty good. So I will just fold it in half. I'll just cut off the selvage as well. Usually I would be using a ruler for this, but it's fine, it won't show, hopefully. So the first step to getting this drawstring done is I need to pin the edges of the binding, the drawstring casing, sorry, sew them, and then we can get to the next part of the bag. So this will be the top of the bag. So I will now place the front and the back of the bag together. I'll mark where the middle of the bag is, so it'll be around here. And then I will pop this in the middle. One on each side, making sure that they match. Perfect. And now to sew the top. Just checking that they are matched up. Yes, they are. Perfect. Now that is done, I can fold the bags out. So you can see now that the drawstring is in the middle. So when I fold it, I'll make sure that the edges align, most importantly. And then I will just put some clips down the side, making sure that I leave a little gap at the bottom on one of the sides, whichever I deem will be the inside, though it doesn't matter too much. So now that that is done, I need to clip the corners, and the reason I cut a little hole out in the corners is just so that the bag isn't flat, it's not 2D. And the special tool I use to do it with is called this. It's the boxy bag tool. I got this off of Etsy from a shop, MEB Design, sorry, and this is really useful if you make a lot of project bags. So I will just be using the 1 inch. I'll be using the 1 inch one, which is the smallest on there, just because this bag is quite narrow and I don't want it to be square shaped. I just want it to be 3D. And when I do this, I make sure that I'm either at the edge of the fabric or at the edge of the stitching so that it is level. now we are left with a bag that has 2 holes at the bottom, 2 holes at the top. It's then a case of pinning the corners, and when you do this you need to make sure that the fabric is open, like this. So that it lays flat. And do that for the rest of them as well. And then again we're going to just sew the corners down. Now that is done, I'm just going to make sure the thread is broken, and now it is time to fold it the right side out. So it's as easy as that. I push the corners out, and same with the outside. And then sew the bottom. So the hole we had open earlier, we're just going to sew that closed. We just want to make it as close to the edge of the fabric as possible. Just want to cut this fabric at the bottom. Fabric thread, I mean. So now there's no hole at the bottom. I'm going to turn it inside out, right side out, it doesn't matter, because hopefully the bag is the same size the whole way around. Then we're just going to pin the edges. We're going to sew down the top just to give a bit more stability. Here we go, take this off. And then the last step, apart from taking the pins out, well, one of the last steps, there's 2 last steps. So that's done now. You need to fold it the right way out. So 2 things, I'm going to add my logo to the front of this bag, just here. And then I can sew the logo, and then I add the drawstrings. And again, I just do this roughly, but you can measure if you want to. I have a fairly good gauge for sizings and positionings of this because I do it quite a lot. So that is just my logo pinned on. So the logo has been sewn on, and the last step of this is just to add the drawstring so that it can be scrunched up. I use one of these tools. So you thread it through the drawstring like that. Add your drawstring here. And pull it through. Like that. Just makes it a bit easier than faffing around with it. And then you do the same the other side. So one end goes through each drawstring. the drawstring through here, so there's in the end, and then you pull it through, and then you lift it off like that. You make sure they're even, and then you just tie the bag ends, and that is the bag done. So, oh, mystery thread. So that is very quickly how you make a drawstring bag. Obviously there are differences to them. So a lot of my bags use scrap material. A lot of my bags are unique because of it. But that is a very quick start to finish of how I do my custom order. So now I will wrap this up, ready to send over to my mum. And hopefully the kids will love it, because I do. Look how cute it is. Then the lining is obviously different. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this very quick run through of how I do custom orders. If you have seen the fabric that I've got and would like a bag, or would like to chat to me about making one, my email address is below, same to the link to my Etsy account. And on my Etsy account you can discuss directly with me getting custom orders. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care, bye.